I'm Lito Villanueva. I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Innovation and Inclusion Officer for RCBC, and concurrently the Chief Digital Transformation Advisor for the Yuchenko Group of companies, and also the founding chairman of the FinTech Alliance PH and the Global Chair of the Alliance for Digital Financial Associations. Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. I think this has been my second year in being part of the roster of speakers in the conference. And every year I see that there has been tremendous support coming from various stakeholders. And I think the participation of WFIS in the Philippine digital fintech landscape is very important given the sustained growth of the industry. And as I've said, by 2033 or in the next 10 years, the Philippines is expected to reach about $1 trillion in economic value. And that is actually a target or an aspiration amongst all Filipinos in making sure that we will be able to achieve economic prosperity in the coming years. Well, I have not seen thoroughly the profile of the attendees, but I think I've met some of common faces or or the usual players in the industry, and I think this is something that would also provide context and introduction on how the other emerging global best practices could also be adopted or replicated in the Philippines. Yes, as I've said, RCBC leapfrogged from being 8th in ranking amongst private universal banks in terms of assets in 2019, and jumped to being the 5th in ranking amongst the private universal banks in terms of assets by end of 2022. So this has been also pushed by the digital transformation initiatives of the management, including the entire organization. And in fact, we are not just one of the fastest growing banks in the country, but also the most awarded domestic financial institution, being named as the Philippines Best Bank for Digital for 3 consecutive years by Asia Money, and also being voted as the best bank for payments and financial inclusion by our peer banks through the Bankers Institute of the Philippines, and also the only domestic bank that has been included amongst the Gartner's awardees on ION Innovation Awards, alongside global giants such as Ant Group. And I think this would be some manifestations of how advanced we are in terms of progressively pushing for innovation and digital transformation, and being able to capture and service the target markets of RCBC. And we call that contextual banking as a matter of strategy, having to cater to all socioeconomic classes in the Philippines. It has been my pleasure, and I hope to see you again next year. Cheers.